There is a specific monthly amount that Social Security has owed people born before 1963 for decades, and most of them have never collected a single dollar of it. Not because they are not eligible, not because they missed a deadline, because the rule that was taking this money from them existed for 43 years without most people ever knowing it had a name, that it applied to them, or that it could be challenged. That rule is now gone. And the people it affected, teachers, firefighters, government workers, federal employees, and their surviving spouses, are owed an average of $480 more every single month for the rest of their lives, plus back payments going all the way to January 2024. $480 a month is $5,760 a year. Over a 10-year retirement, that is $57,600. Money that was supposed to be in your check every single month and was not. Money that a rule buried deep inside the Social Security Code quietly redirected away from you, and that you now have the legal right to collect. The problem is that SSA is not depositing it automatically for everyone. Right now in 2026, there are people who are owed this money, who qualify for it completely, and whose accounts have still not been corrected. They are waking up every month, collecting the old reduced amount, and assuming that is just how Social Security works. It is not. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly what this money is, whether you qualify for it, and the specific steps that move it from SSA's system into your account. If you are not subscribed to this channel, do that right now and turn on the bell. The rules around Social Security change every single year, and SSA does not explain what those changes mean for your specific situation. That is what this channel does. Subscribe and let's get into it. Here's where the $480 comes from. For 43 years, the Social Security Administration used a rule called the Windfall Elimination Provision, WEP, to reduce monthly benefits for millions of Americans. The rule was not obvious. It was not widely publicized. Most people affected by it only discovered it existed when they went to claim their Social Security benefit, and the number they received was far smaller than what they expected. Here is exactly who WEP targeted. If you worked in a job that had its own pension system, a state government job, a school district, a county agency, a city position, and that job did not withhold Social Security taxes from your paycheck, and you also worked other jobs at some point in your life that did pay into Social Security, WEP stepped in and recalculated your benefit. It did not use the standard Social Security formula. It used a modified formula that treated your Social Security covered earnings as worth significantly less than they actually were. The more years you spend in the non-covered pension job, the larger the reduction. The average monthly reduction under WEP was $480. Some people had their benefit cut by as much as $587 a month. And that reduction was not temporary. It did not phase out. It did not adjust over time. It was permanent, applied every single month for the entire length of a person's retirement. 3.2 million people were living with this reduction, some of them for 10 years, some for 20, some for longer. Every month, $480 less than what they earned, and most of them had no idea a specific named rule was causing it. Now here is what changed. The Social Security Fairness Act was signed into law on January 5, 2025. WEP was eliminated permanently, not reduced, not phased out over several years. Eliminated, gone from the Social Security Code entirely. And the law did something else that most people still do not know about. It was made retroactive to January 2024. That means SSA does not just owe you more going forward. They owe you the difference between what you received and what you should have received going all the way back to January 2024. That is a minimum of 12 months of back payments, paid as a single lump sum, deposited directly into your bank account. For someone whose benefit was reduced by $480 a month, that back payment is at least $5,760. For people who were reduced by the maximum amount, it is over $7,000. And going forward, that $480, or whatever your specific monthly reduction was, is added back to your check permanently, every single month, for the rest of your retirement. Now, here's the part that most people are missing. SSA has over 4 million individual account corrections to process under this law. They are working through them in batches. The corrections are not happening all at once, and they are not happening in any particular order that favors people who have been waiting longer. While your case sits in that processing queue, you keep receiving the old reduced amount. SSA sends no letter telling you your correction is pending. They send no notification telling you how long the wait will be. Your check arrives every month exactly as it did before the law passed. And if you are not actively checking, you have no way of knowing whether your correction has been applied or not. The SSA Inspector General flagged this as a significant concern in 2025. A substantial number of affected people have not received their correction. And because SSA is not proactively reaching out, many of those people do not know they are still being underpaid. There is also a second group of people who need to hear this, and this group is often completely overlooked in conversations about WEP. WEP did not just affect the person who worked the government job, it affected their spouse. It affected their widow or widower. If your husband or wife was affected by WEP during their lifetime, that reduction impacted the survivor benefit you were entitled to receive after they passed away. And there was a separate rule, the Government Pension Offset, GPO, that went even further. GPO specifically targeted spousal and survivor benefits. If you receive a government pension from a job that did not pay into Social Security, GPO reduced your spousal or survivor benefit by 2/3 of your pension amount. For hundreds of thousands of widows and widowers, that calculation wiped out their entire survivor benefit, not reduced it, eliminated it completely. 800,000 people received zero from their spouse's Social Security record because of this rule. GPO has also been permanently eliminated under the same law, and those 800,000 widows and widowers are also owed back payments going to January 2024. But here is the critical thing that widows and widowers specifically must know. If your survivor benefit was completely eliminated by GPO, not reduced, eliminated, your original claim was denied outright. The system has no approved claim on file to reverse. SSA cannot automatically restore what was never approved. You have to file a new survivor benefit application. Most widows and widowers in this situation do not know this. They are waiting for SSA to automatically restore their benefit. That restoration is not coming unless they take action. So here is exactly what you need to do. Step 1, go to ssa.gov and log into your My Social Security account. Open your benefit statement. Look at your current monthly benefit amount and compare it to what you were receiving before January 2025. If the number has not increased, your WEP correction may not have been applied yet. Also look specifically for any line on your statement that still references WEP or a WEP reduction. If that line is still there, your correction is incomplete and you are still being underpaid every single month. Step 2, call SSA directly at 1-800-77-21213. When the agent picks up, say these exact words, I want to verify whether my WEP correction has been fully applied under the Social Security Fairness Act. That exact language tells the agent which system to open and what to look for. They will tell you immediately whether your correction is complete, still pending, or has not yet been assigned to a processor. If your correction is pending, ask for the expected completion date and ask them to log that you called to follow up. That note on your account record matters. If they tell you it is complete but your monthly amount still has not changed, say this phrase exactly. I would like to file a formal request for reconsideration. That phrase opens a supervisor-level review of your entire correction file, not just a standard note. Step 3. If you are a widow or widower whose survivor benefit was completely eliminated by GPO, not reduced, eliminated, do not wait for an automatic correction. Call SSA and ask this question word for word. Does my case require a new survivor benefit application under the Social Security Fairness Act? That one question determines whether your back payment gets processed or whether it continues to sit in the system unclaimed. Now let me tell you exactly which states and job categories are most affected. If any of these apply to you, you need to make that call today. Public school teachers in Alaska, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Georgia, Illinois, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Massachusetts, Missouri, Nevada, Ohio, Rhode Island, and Texas are among the most heavily affected groups. Firefighters and police officers in those same states, state and local government employees across those states, federal employees hired before January 1st, 1984, who were enrolled in the Civil Service Retirement System, CSRS, not FERS, and widows and widowers of anyone in those categories whose survivor benefit was reduced or eliminated by GPO. If any one of those describes you or someone you know, The $480 monthly increase and the back payment are real. The law has passed. The money has been calculated. The only thing standing between it and your bank account is the steps I just described. Here is the summary. WEP reduced 3.2 million Social Security checks by an average of $480 a month for 43 years. GPO eliminated 800,000 survivor benefits entirely. Both rules are permanently gone as of January 5th, 2025. Back payments go to January 2024. SSA is processing corrections in batches, and millions of accounts have still not been updated. Log into ssa.gov today. Check your benefit statement for any WEP reductions still listed. Call 1-800-772-1213 and ask whether your WEP correction has been fully applied. And if you are a widow or widower, ask whether your case requires a new survivor benefit application. The $480 every month is yours. It has been yours since January 2024. The only reason it is not in your account yet is that nobody told you to go get it. Share this video with one person you know who was born before 1963 and is collecting Social Security. That one share could add $480 to their monthly check for the rest of their life. I will see you in the next one.